So, Marcus, how's the cookie clicker going?
2 or 3 weeks ago, I was riding my bicycle and text messaging. And let's just say one thing led to another. I lost my phone. I lost my cookies.
All of your cookies?
All
no.
bajillion, I don't know. And I think like right about now would be the year date.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
That's all I wanted to do was make it to the year.
Oh, God.
Now it's gone.
Wasn't there a way to, like, log in, like, create an account so it was more saved?
You can do that, but that was
via
like
cloud.
The only game that like didn't force you to do it, so I didn't do it.
So you didn't do it and then lost everything.
Yeah, unless like I legit 100% have to do something for a mobile app, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Do anything for it. Yeah.
That's completely fair. Oh,
I will tell
I'm
you
sorry, bud.
what the random generated name is that the Play Store wanted to give me, because it just gives you a random generated name if you don't. It's pretty good. It's Plump Interior.
So wait, sorry, Plump Interior?
Yeah, that's the name that Google
like
Play
that.
decided for me.
And they know you.
That's amazing.
God damn, that is beautiful.
I like that a lot.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
We just
Start calling you that all
please
the time.
don't.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna learn
Yeah,
why.
no. You've got your MC name now. Time to go start your career.
Yeah. Or like your drag name. I don't know. That could go a lot of ways with Plump Interior.
No way he's good with that.
It's accurate, though. Their difference was that their hair also was semi-magical. And when they went into what I called Mystic form, instead of Super Saiyan, they were Mystic Saiyan. They could fully control the hair and like extend it out and use it for fighting.
Magic hair.
Yeah. It was way cooler.
Magic blue hair.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Mike
Whatever.
is regaling me with his Dragon Ball fanfic from his childhood.
Oh, hell yeah.
Middle school. Mm-hmm.
Bet it was
They
great.
were space carnies with magic
They
hair.
weren't space
from what I
carnies.
understand.
Just the offshoot of Saiyans were named after carnival themes. One was
just
Flea,
saying
one
space
was
carnies
Saiyans.
sounds way cooler than what you just said.
Space Carnies.
You're missing the subtle nuance of
John
middle school
Carpenter's
Mike's
Space
fanfic.
Carnies.
Okay, I would watch that.
Speaking of John Carpenter, we played a horror-themed thing.
No.
That had
Were
sequels.
we supposed to play Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Shit.
So today we're talking about. Welcome to the Safe State. This is a podcast where we talk about video games that we played. This week we played the DARKSIDE DETECTIVE: A Fumble in the Dark. Sequel to a
Fumble
game
in the
we've actually.
Bronx.
I think this is the first time, aside from a Yakuza game, we're playing an actual sequel to a game we've already played for this podcast.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So, if you remember from the first one, it's adventure point and clicky Sierra type game.
Wait, did you guys cover the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We did.
like about a year ago.
Huh. Was I not? No.
It's okay. We know you don't listen to this.
You might. No, I don't think you were on.
No, I don't think I was on that one. I'd remember that.
No, and I do kind of feel like this game assumes that you've played the first one relatively recently.
They came
Yeah.
out back to back.
They only came out a year apart.
Oh.
But
That's pretty damn close. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, but at the same time, I played it a year ago. So anyway, I guess the only reason I say this is because it feels like there's a lot of characters that show up, and it's like, hey, you remember me from the last game, and I'm like, nope, don't remember you. Sorry.
Right.
But it's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek, cute, not cute, but maybe what's the word I'm looking for? Lighthearted comedy
Yeah.
take on a point-and-click adventure.
The neo-noir horror.
Yeah, kind of got
horror
like
trope.
X-Files-y kind of a vibe to it, but it's, also like really likes to take, like a lot of modern humorous point and clicks that really like to like make jokes about it being a point and click. Maybe to this game's detriment at some points.
Yeah, for sure.
They do kind of wink at the audience a lot.
Uh-oh. No, they're Plump Interiors, I hope.
Yeah, it's a
But
plumpy
what did you
wink.
guys think?
Marcus, why don't you go first?
So I never played the first one. But from what I understand, that one was a lot less point and clicky as this one was.
I would say it's exactly as point and clicky as this one. In fact, I would say that if you played them as a continuous thing, you wouldn't even know it's a separate game.
What I will say is there's less elements, like less object item interaction in the first one than there are in this one.
Yeah, from what I understand, the second one is way more like kind of like endless object combinations, just randomly handing stuff to people, hoping that this is the right thing. Please God, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think they do. That's certainly the first one was better at that. Like there was more logic to it. This one definitely has ones where like there's a puzzle where you have to throw a thing at a thing, and no matter how many times like I clicked on the place I was supposed to throw it with the thing, it wouldn't work because I knew that's what I was supposed to do. But the thing was, you were actually supposed to give the thing to your partner, and that's the only time in the game you ever click on your partner to make them do something.
They have to throw it. I hate when like obviously there's probably some really tiny obscure dialogue line that tells you that somewhere.
I don't think so. I think to me this felt like not to overly get to the end, but it kind of felt like a continuation of the first one, but like because it wasn't like the first game, they had so and so much time to get to and hone. You know what I mean? This one, it felt like they had less time to develop their ideas for this one, where like the writing felt like a little sloppier, a little more long-winded in some spots, a little more repetitious. The puzzles weren't necessarily as tight. Like I kind of feel like maybe the first one like benefited from it being like, the first all the good ideas distilled into the first game, and then like the second ideas ended up in this one. Just kind of generally had a lot of sequel problems, I think, with how it was written. Not that I disliked it, I shouldn't say that, but it definitely felt like
Trying to live up to its other game?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, as a story, I enjoy it. I think it was a fun concept. I will say I did not finish it because of all the issues that plague it as the game mechanics go.
Well, that's what guides are for.
I know, and that's what frustrated me. And it started taking the fun out of it. Was even spoiler-free guides. I found one online. I totally forget the name of the site or the person who did all the work. Thank you so much for doing that spoiler-free work. But you would just like click on an area that you were stuck on, say this is the object that like I need help with trying to figure out, and then they would just slowly, subtly guide you through steps, and you could just only see the step that you wanted to
like an interactive guide
at a time. Yeah, and it would be like, okay, I've done that, and I still can't figure things out. Was like the button you would click.
Well, that's good because whenever you're trying to look up something for a point and click, it's kind of like hard.
And it's also like a wall of text.
And it's not necessarily done in a direct order either. So you're not like, well, do I have the chicken's head? No. So where do I get that? And that's like 3 pages back, and they're like, oh. It was definitely like a lot more like this, like really old pixel point and clicks, but it was a lot more like open. It's not like, oh, you're just stuck in this room until you've clicked your way out of it. It was like, oh, you're in this world, and you can travel around freely. And I feel like that kind of like made it a little harder. Was you weren't really ever sure exactly where you needed to be.
Yeah.
Like obviously you had your destinations and you had to do something at each of them or get something, but
I'm putting it in here real quick just to interject. It's called nicegamehints.com, and you will click on the case that you are struggling with, and then you click on the thing you're struggling with within that case, and then it will lightly guide your hand as you ask it for help.
That's
without
clever.
just giving
I like
you
that.
all of it right away. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely had to go to a guide for this one more than the last one. I don't know how much of that was impatience on my part or
It's
being
not
the puzzles
impatience,
being more.
man.
Yeah, I think also to a certain extent, like I don't want to say like this wore out its welcome, but I think that like a lot of the stuff that makes this game, like the Dark Side Detective, like unique and fun in the modern world, kind of a lot of them like I was like, okay, I get that that's your take on this, and it kind of just felt like they were just repeating
One-trick pony.
jokes and ideas and stuff.
It was a
So
lot
I
of
didn't
that. It was a lot
enjoy
of
it.
callback to the first game, which if you didn't play it,
I did
was I'm sure kind of because it's like
Honestly,
why,
just confusing.
yeah,
Yeah, well, and also with because the other thing is like I played the first one. I did every single case file, and I didn't remember
Dooley,
half of the
like, in
characters they were
general.
calling back.
I didn't
No,
remember
no.
Dooley. I was like, who the fuck is Dooley and why does he care?
He's your partner.
And it wasn't until he came back. No, I
Yeah.
know, but it wasn't until like that game just left my mind.
Oh. It fumbled in the dark.
I'm fumbling in the dark to remember the first game clearly. What I do remember about the first game is the only thing that caught me up was the Christmas special in the mall. That is the only stage in the first game that I could not get through on my own. I had to look up guide help. This one, I had to look up something in every case. And sometimes it would be after literally a full hour of like wandering, trying to figure things out, especially in that first case where things are so open.
The first.
Yeah.
So many locations are going on.
Oh, I thought you meant like getting out of the TV studio. I was like, that one was like.
Yeah, no, not just that, but like once things open up. So I guess like, yeah, case 1.5 where like it's more open world to it, which is kind of how the last game ended, if I remember correctly. Was the main case, you go back to all the locations and now you're trying to solve and finalize all these things. This game started with that and it was so overwhelming. I would have liked them to kind of repeat that original pacing where you slowly build up knowledge about these new characters, these new locations, and then do a revisit.
Yeah, like I think this game kind of assumes, I mentioned this before, it kind of feels like I should have just played the first one and then started playing this second one immediately after. Because like even some of the, like adventure games like to do that with a callback to earlier parts of the game, like that's not abnormal. And, you know, the first DARKSIDE Detective would call back to earlier cases throughout the game. So it didn't really, so like it kind of would make more sense in that capacity if you think of it as just kind of the second part. And I think I've even seen somewhere where the developers view this as like season 2, as opposed to like a sequel of a game where this is like the second season of a show, which I think makes sense from that perspective. Like maybe I could see this, you know, in the future, maybe this gets a third one or something where they just release it all as one big game.
The Darkside trilogy.
But I did feel like it had a little bit of sequelitis, I guess.
Things just took so long to figure out. Like I wasn't so stuck. It took me a little bit to figure out, like, to give the honey stone to the bear to make, like, remind it of its time in nature. Because I was like, I don't know. I need to go find, like, a picture of a forest. Well, there's tons of places with, like, background images. There's the, like, art gallery museum place. There's the, like, the TV studio even had stuff. But
there is one where you have to use vinegar on a painting in order to make it dissolve, which is like, I remember that. Well, that's a thing that people do.
Even after, like, it
the
took
Pink
me
Panther
about
does
20
that.
minutes to be like, oh, I should give the Honeystone to the bear. Like, let me try that combination because it's literally the only item left in my inventory now that I've done everything else. And then I got those 2 parrots, the robotic ones.
Right.
They wouldn't get swapped in unless they looked more real like it. And I was like, well, where do I go for that?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, you have to go all the way
it's
back
just
to the beginning.
it's the TV station in the psychic's dressing room for makeup, and I was like, why? Like, how would that connect in any way? There's no like hint that like, oh, I've seen like a place where I could get these things like camera ready. Like, there's no little hint like that. That would have been so crucial.
Yeah, there is. You were in the Tubi studio and you looked at it.
Well, that's the issue is that, no, and I figured it out on my own for that one. I didn't need a hint for that section of it. But what the, just
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more of
frustrating.
that. I mean, that's the thing. Is like it's I don't know, very common thinking for like the old Sierra games and LucasArts games like that. I don't feel like this is that different. Even newer ones, like I think Deponia likes to do stupid stuff like that. But I guess what tripped me up about that is because the first one does such a good job of not having that. That this one going back to kind of point and click moon logic, it became a bit more
Frustrating.
annoying when it did. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that first case was so long and so tedious that it actually kind of put me off the rest of the game because everything else from there started to feel like a slog to me. Where it was like, let me
Yeah.
just get through this case. I'm enjoying the story, but I'm not enjoying the puzzle elements
Oh,
of it.
yeah, that's the worst when you're like, let me just get through this level.
Yeah.
And it sucked because I liked the first game. I'm enjoying the story and the dialogue in this one. I enjoy all the little jokes, but it took so long for me to get that first case done that I didn't want to play any more of it. They really shot themselves in the foot, I feel like, with that first case being set up the way it was.
Well, and also like I think this one kind of lacked like overall cohesion. Like I think the first one, it's all about like learning about the dark side, like the dark side in this case being the other
Whoa,
world
so the name of the game.
ghosts and stuff. Yeah, where it's like you're much more like learning about they're episodic, but each one kind of tells you a little bit more about like the mystical, magical, mysterious aspects of the setting. And this one, it just kind of felt like, okay, well, we have this setting, we have the parameters. Let's just pick different monsters or different things that could happen, hauntings, whatever, as opposed to like having like an overall arc or theme to it. So by the end of it, it just kind of felt like if they're set up like different cases, and then by this time, by the end when I finished it, it was just like I did 9 episodes of a story as opposed
Jesus.
to like a full thing, which
Yeah.
isn't like bad, but I think it kind of does add to that kind of feeling of it being like a season. I don't know. I would like another one of these.
Bet you
Frankly,
would,
like I
you
think I
glutton.
would play in a third one. Yeah, I mean,
Cool.
I don't know. They could keep making these forever, as far as I'm concerned.
You little
'Cause I
piggy
know.
for punishment.
Well, I don't know. I just the point and click stupid stuff. I don't know. I was baked into my brain when I was a child.
Did you
so
play the new Monkey
Me
Island?
too.
Not yet. No, I don't know if I can do that to myself.
But it's like the king of those is like,
I know. I know. I like Monkey Island. I don't know. I'm worried. I won't
obviously
like
you
it.
have to get the skin and stretch it over the manhole cover because duh, that's how you make a trampoline.
Oh God.
Yeah.
How did you both fare in the nursing home chapter?
Didn't get that far.
Okay,
The nursing home.
it's case 2. So
Yeah, I've been really busy.
Oh yeah, with
With
like
Nana
I thought
and
that
all
one that one did okay. That was fine
really,
with that.
I struggled with that one too. I found myself constantly getting blocked out trying to like figure out like getting to the custodian's closet through the laundry room, trying to get the table built. All of that just kept like all of the weird elements of like, oh, it's a garlic sandwich that needs to get like a whole thing set up for this like award ceremony for this reverse vampire. Like, what the fuck?
I think that one, and then there's a couple other ones that had this problem where they didn't do a very good job of explaining what you were supposed to be doing, like story-wise. Where it's like you get there's strange stuff going on. Okay, well, do you determined? And there are certain points where I felt like I knew what I had to do because of the things I had and the options I had to click on, but not because of like story elements. Like I didn't know like, well, obviously I'm gonna get into that closet and do something with the garlic and all that jazz, but I didn't know it's like, well, it's because he's a reverse vampire. We need to throw him a birthday party or like a appreciation. Like that was
Right.
not ever like it wasn't until I had clicked on, I'd gotten in there and I'd done a couple things. It's like, oh, this will look great for the party, and I'm like, what party? What are we talking about? That's true. There's another one later on. I think it's one of the bonus ones where I didn't like. I don't know. Did you play all?
I didn't make it
9
through
of them?
Scotland.
Okay, yeah. The Scotland one had some problems too, but like I think the last chapter there's like one bit where you're like it's like a baseball field, and you're just kind of like wandering around. And there's no mystery, there's no problem as far as you know. It's just a baseball game. It's about to happen, but like I don't know why I'm here. And then you kind of accidentally click on things that creates a story without like you necessarily knowing. Like a lot of times it's like, well, I know I need to get into this room to prevent the vampire from doing this, or I need to get this thing to that monster so that monster doesn't do this. And there were definitely points where it's just like, well, I'm going to bring this into the laundry room so I can dye it pink. I don't know why I'm going to dye it pink, but I'm going to do that.
Yeah, that was way before I even knew I was going to be throwing that ceremony for the vampire. Like, I just had a shirt, and I was like, well, there's a washer. Let me try that. And it went in there, and then I was like, I've got this bear rug. I guess I can try to throw that in too. And like, I don't know why I had this red rug.
No, exactly. I mean, maybe that's like, I mean, I could say like maybe that's meta commentary about adventure games. Like you just have these random items, and then we'll write the story around the random items. But I don't.
A good point and click adventure game then?
No, and I don't think it really
Could
worked
you
that
refer
well.
to
I
it
don't think
as
it was
Gonzo point and click at that point? Like where
think
you're creating the mystery.
Is it fun for the player then?
No, and I don't think that's really what they're trying to do. Like, I think there's something to be said for maybe someone trying to do that at some point, but I don't think that's what they're trying to go for with this.
I mean, they definitely have meta commentary on the point and click genre. Like,
yeah, but they always like look at
through
you, the player, and wink at you and nudge you in the ribs and be like, "Huh, yeah," and you're like, they're not subtle about it.
No, until they are, and then it's not fun to play.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Like I still think I liked it, but I also know that I have a weakness for point and clicks that I view.
Again,
I
like a
am
point and click.
always favorable.
I liked Oberdeen. I am
still
really
wanna play
looking
that.
forward to. I was going
I
to
don't even
say
think
Curse of the
Oberdeen
Mad
really
God, but
counts.
that's not right. It's
Curse of the Mad God is not a point and click.
Golden Idol.
But I will take it.
Yeah.
No,
fair.
Golden Idol. I want to play that. But
I don't know if I would call those like traditional point.
yeah,
and clicks,
that
though.
Curse of the Golden
Fair.
Idol is more like a I don't even know, text-based detective game, but it's not text-based. It's visual-based. I don't know.
I'm like, Oberdin never asked you to combine two items to create a key for anything. It's just
No, but could you
walk
imagine?
around. I can, and I don't think I'd like that. Yeah. So, way game, way lame, way tame, way frame.
What's frame?
Huh.
I
Interesting.
don't know. Whatever you want it to be.
Way, you know what? I'm going to say way tame on this only because
Yeah.
it's not way lame and it's not way game. It's just in between. The mechanics in this one I felt like were too lacking and abstract. I mean, they're the exact same mechanics, but it's the item interaction. There wasn't a good flow to that. There wasn't like a sound logic. But the story, like I said, the narration, the jokes, all of that, I enjoyed, which wanted me to keep playing and liking it. I just became too much of a slog.
I'll
Marcus?
say way tame because I got real far in it. I can judge it properly.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, no,
don't
not
worry
a bonus
about it.
stage. Oh, damn it.
Are you
playing a game where
actively
you're trying
playing
to
a
talk?
game right now?
Me? Never. It's the Golden Invasion appeared, guys.
The what?
Don't worry about it. The Golden Horde. So, Arvid,
The Golden
what'd you
Horde.
rate this game?
Like, I kind of agree with. Like, I think it's borderline way game, but I think it's like because it's literally just a worse version of the first one. I kind of have to go with way tame. Like, I don't necessarily dislike it. Like, it's more of the first one, but like just less polished, a little less tight, a little less cohesive. Just kind of more of the same, but not necessarily as well done as the first one.
But what would you say, like the point and click style of this one or the second one better? I mean, the first one or the second one?
I mean, I think they're very similar. Like the only difference is just kind of how the puzzles
Yeah,
work
that's what
out
I
and
meant.
some of like the pacing. I definitely think the first one's better at it. Like, ideally a point and click should always be intuitive first and foremost, and then, in my opinion,
Obscure after?
like I should always know what I want to do and the method. Like I should be looking for things that allow me to achieve the goal I know I need to do, and not question what I need to do or what my goal is.
Okay.
So like I know that like a good point and click adventure should say this is the bad guy or this is the objective. These are the steps you need to create that objective, and then you try and think of solutions to solve that problem. Like I need to get the monster off of the roof. What's a good way of doing that? And then like, okay, the monster likes to eat berries. I better find a way to
Find
like
some
tempt the
berries,
monster
yeah.
with berries. So I start looking around for berries. I start looking around for things that I could do that. Like that's ideally how a point and click is going to work. And I think the first game did that pretty well. The second one, it was a bit more like I found the berries and then I found a monster, and then I realized that I was supposed to kind of tempt them with that. You know, it's not as it doesn't do that as well.
No, I think one of the things, like going back to the nursing home puzzles, like one of the things that caught me up on it was the pots and pans with holes in them and the hammer. And there's this like rooftop scene that's really funny where it's these two old guys in wheelchairs trying to joust each other with broomsticks with a fair maiden, just an elderly woman in the center who wants armor to protect herself. And it's like, okay, clearly I'm going to be able to turn these pots and pans into armor. It even
That
says
makes
when
sense.
you like pull the hammer over,
Yeah.
go find a sturdy place to like hammer this into the shape you need. Well, at that point I had an IKEA style, I think it was called like IKEA, which I'm sorry, Arvid, how is IKEA supposed to be pronounced?
However you want to pronounce
Okay,
it.
bullshit.
It's an acronym, so don't worry about it.
Okay, good. Just thought about you while I was doing it. But no, so I was like, oh, well, clearly I'm going to need to put out this IKEA table to create a sturdy structure to pound these pots and pans
And
down
that's
to a
the
flat
joke,
thing
is
where I
that
could
the
like
table will
shape
break
it.
first.
I guess that is part of the joke, but the whole time I'm like, why can I not do this yet? And no, it's because you need to pull the flaming mannequin out of the flaming fountain, put it out, and then put the pots and pans over that to shape them. I would have never thought of the mannequin as the sturdy structure to shape them from. Like,
Yeah, I don't know how I would have gotten that if I hadn't found the mannequin first, honestly.
I had found the mannequin, I just hadn't pulled it out of the fountain yet.
I found the mannequin and I had pulled it out of the fountain. I had the mannequin and I had the pots and pans before I'd ever found the maiden or whatever. So I'd like hammered it and I was like, I guess I gotta do some of this armor.
Fight the vampire.
But yeah, I mean, that's just, yeah. All right. So I have a quiz for you
Oh my
guys,
God, it's
if you
been
guys
like
are
a
ready.
year.
I know.
Whoa.
It's been a minute. So to celebrate sequels, I recently discovered a movie production company. They're called Universal 1440,
Okay.
and they're a production company that is owned by Universal, obviously, and they go through Universal's back catalog of IP and create direct-to-video and streaming sequels to them.
What?
And they've made many, many sequels to things. So my quiz for you
It's gonna be
today is
another
I'm
fake,
going to
isn't it?
give you... No, they're all real. I'm going to give you a sequel to a movie.
Oh.
Rather, I'll give you the plot of a sequel to a movie, and then you guys have to tell me what the original movie was and what the
Oh God.
what movie it's sequeling.
Okay.
Now, how this is going to work is you initially, if you get it right as soon as I mention it, you guys get 5 points, but I will give you less and less points as I give you hints. So I have
Oh my God.
you can have
Got
5
a
hints,
Scale.
but you'll yeah, exactly. So this one actually takes a little bit of math on my part. So I will give you the synopsis. You guys guess the guess what movie it's based off of, and then if you guys need help, I can give you
We don't
up
have
to
to
5
guess
hints.
the title, do we?
Of the original, yeah.
Oh,
not
I meant the sequel. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to guess the title of the sequel. Although
Unless
it
it's just
wouldn't
a
be too
2.
hard to do that because, yeah, frequently it's just a 2. All right, so the first one, the plot is thus. 3 potheads sell a strain of magical weed to raise funds for their friend's funeral.
It's either gonna be a sequel to How High or instead
Half baked.
Half Baked is my guesses. Yeah.
I'm thinking Half Baked. When you first said potheads, I was like, was Reefer Madness a Universal flick? I don't think so, though. You think maybe How High?
One of those two,
'Cause
right?
wait, isn't How High the one with the smart weed strain?
Well, that's what they smoked their friend
Yeah,
and then go to college.
I'm gonna say Half Baked.
Sounds good to me. Arvid?
You are correct. Half Baked, Totally High.
Whoa.
Starring Dexter Darden and Moses Storm.
Is-
Came out in 2024.
Does
Oh.
the horse make a reappearance? The police
I
horse.
do not know. I have not seen either film.
Great. Okay, good. That should have been part of your homework, is to watch all of the originals too.
Don't tempt me. All right, so that's the first one. All right, second one. A resurrected sheriff returns to Earth to save humanity from a gateway to hell.
Returns to Earth.
Resurrected sheriff.
What? So, is this
Hold
like a There Will Be Blood sequel?
I don't
Not-
know about There Will Be
Not There Will Be
Blood.
Blood. No Country
I
for Old Men.
don't-
That no one asked for.
I mean, the weird thing is that just sounds like the plot to
It was Tommy
Ghost
Lee
Rider
Jones.
2. The plot to Ghost Rider 2 is like the old Ghost Rider sheriff helps close a gateway to hell to keep Legion from consuming the world. Something like that. Sam Elliott, just in full Sam Elliott mode.
I am drawing a blank on this one.
All right, do you guys want a hint?
Yes, please. We'll take a hint.
All right, so the original film came out in 2013. So the movie that this is a sequel of came out in 2013.
That still is. I mean, you might be right. Hold on.
No Country
No.
for Old Men? No, that was a little before that. It would be fucking hilarious.
When did Cowboys and Aliens come out?
Oh.
Is this the sequel to Cowboys and Aliens?
I mean, that sounds about right. No. Maybe it did come
I
out
think Cowboys and
2013.
Aliens came out more like 2008, 2009. I don't know. This was right when I was like in the middle of a divorce, so I wouldn't have been paying attention to movies that much.
Guys, want another hint?
Yeah, one more point reduction hint, please.
Okay. The original film starred Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Rest in Peace Department 2.
Yep.
I hated it.
Yep.
The Juggalos loved that movie.
R.I.P.D. 2.
R.I.P.D. 2, Rise of the Damned, starring Jeffrey Donovan and some other person. Yeah, no, I'm not going to bother with these names because no one's actually in these movies. I think these are only made to like fulfill some sort of contractual obligation.
No, I was working with a bunch of Juggalos at the time, and they thought the Rest in Peace Department was the best movie that had ever
It's so
been made.
bad. It's
They're
so
like-
bad.
It's
So the
just,
thing is,
it's just
they were
shitty Men in
dead.
Black. I don't get the
Yeah.
No,
appeal of
they were
it.
like, but they're dead.
All right. Number 3. An investigator with the Chicago Fire Department has to track down an arms dealer who uses deadly fires as a distraction.
Ladder 49 too.
Blowback 2?
Yeah.
Hit me with a hint.
The original film came out in 1991.
Blowback 2?
Right? I don't know if Blowback is
I think
that.
you guys are thinking of the right movie, but I think you got the name wrong.
Backdraft?
I mean,
Backdraft.
Backdraft 2, yes.
Backdraft 2.
Lost in New
yes.
York.
They made a sequel to Backdraft in 2019, just called Backdraft 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
It should have been Backdraft 2, Blowback.
Backdraft 2.
Yeah.
The Mystical Valley? The Valley of the Dinosaurs?
Return to the Magic Valley.
Is that what the second one is?
Just have William Baldwin in it.
Oh, who the fuck is that?
It's,
The weirder looking Baldwin brother.
Yeah. I mean, they're all weird looking, but yeah. Just one of them we're used to seeing.
Next one. A pair of stoners embark on a pot-fueled adventure through Atlanta to find their missing weed.
Rolling Kansas 2, Atlanta?
So Harold and Kumar got their own sequel.
Yeah.
Cheech and Chong got their own sequel.
A lot of Cheech and Chong movies.
Yeah.
And I feel like there might have even been like a third movie for Harold and Kumar. Like a Christmas
sure.
one.
I'm sure.
Jay and Silent Bob have already
No,
gotten,
they
like,
already had
tons
their
of
sequels.
movies. Yeah.
They just had a new movie like last year or the year before
What's
that.
another
I'm not.
two stoner movie?
I honestly don't know. I've never really.
I mean, I'm going with
little big
I'm
watcher
thinking
of those
Rolling
movies.
Kansas, but that's like more than two.
I don't know what that
stoners.
is.
Rolling Kansas is a phenomenal movie.
You guys want a
I
hint?
think a hint might be helpful
Yes,
at
please.
this point.
The original film came out in 2001.
2001, 9/11
Well.
it just happened, or it hadn't happened. God damn.
I'll give you a second hint already.
For free.
You've mentioned the name of this film already today.
Oh.
How high?
It's going to be How High 2, then.
That's correct. How I Too, starring Lil Yachty.
Okay.
What?
Oh, boy. Wow.
All right. Number 5. A group of children are
Lord of
unable
the
to
Flies.
raise enough money to... Let me finish. A group of children are unable to raise enough money to save their grandma's bakery from shutting down. Their only hope is to win a local talent show and thereby use the prize money to save the shop.
Honestly, it sounds like a lot of Disney / Hallmark. Just movies that got made for like TV Direct.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say none of these are animated movies, just to let you know. If that helps any.
It doesn't. You didn't say Group of Orphans.
Little Shop of Horrors 2.
It said a group of children.
It's not like some weird Mrs. Doubtfire sequel.
Did they do a Mrs. Doubtfire 2?
I mean, if there were to be one, I'm sure Universal 1440 would be right on that. And they'd get like Hank Azaria or someone to play Robin Williams.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Ugh.
He doesn't have the range.
Do you want a hint?
Yeah.
I don't just want one, I need one.
The original movie came out in 1994.
Run me through that synopsis one more time.
A group of children are unable to raise enough money to save their grandmother's bakery from shutting down. Their only hope is to win a local talent show and thereby use the prize money to save the shop. These are IMDb synopses, by the way, they're not mine.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm like 1994.
I don't know, because I'm like, Revenge of the Nerds, but like not problematic, and it's with children instead of... They already made sequels to those, though.
Yeah, Revenge of the Nerds 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just
Ginger Dead Man hadn't come out yet.
I can't even think of.
Would you like a hint?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Another hint.
And the Ginger Dead Man was famously by Full Moon Pictures.
Famously. You're right.
The original film was an adaptation of an old TV serial. Not serial, like serial with an S.
Rascals?
Yes. Yep, The Little Rascals 2. The Little Rascals Save the Day.
Oh.
Specifically a sequel to the movie from the 90s.
Yeah,
not
no,
at
the
the
I didn't
90s
know they
movie,
had a group
which-
grandmother.
Yeah, well, there's some retconning that happened, I imagine.
Did they just...
I think a lot of
did they
these movies,
retcon
I don't even
Alfalfa
know.
out of it? Oh, I guess he hadn't turned like weird far-right problematic yet. So...
Oh, no, there's entirely different kids. This movie came
Yeah,
out almost 20 years later. So you know.
Okay.
All right, next one.
I don't know if I'd be in a Little Rascals movie. Those original kids were fucking cursed.
All right. Assigned to recover sensitive stolen data, a gruff FBI agent goes undercover as a kindergarten teacher, but is overwhelmed by the school's liberal, politically correct environment.
Oh, PCU 2. That's got to be a sequel to PCU, right?
I don't know what PCU is. I was thinking kindergarten or cop.
Me
You
neither.
don't know what PCU is? Oh man, I get to just keep dropping IMDb links to you.
It's obviously got to be a kindergarten cop sequel.
What is that? You guys gonna guess that?
Kindergarten Cop 2. It's probably Kindergarten Cop 2.
Because like, there's no
You
other
guys are
way
right,
they
it
would
is.
like make a movie that close to Kindergarten Cop without it being.
Yeah. Just
For a bonus point, can you tell me who they got to replace Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh, it
Danny
has.
DeVito.
No. Oh, God. It's gotta
Because,
be,
you know,
God, no.
twins.
Fuck. Who's the guy he hates more than anybody in the world?
Oh, Lou Ferrigno.
Stallone?
No, it's
Oh,
Stallone.
Stallone. He
Was it
hates- yeah,
Stallone?
he hates
No, it's not
Oh.
Stallone. It's not Stallone. It's Dolph Lundgren.
Oh,
The other big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next. Okay.
Also, don't watch PCU. It's a fucking horrible movie.
The main character is slumming it in Bangkok 6 months after killing his best friend in a match in Vegas. He's tricked into Myanmar's jungle where he's the fox in a rich people's hunt. this is the synopsis written by IMDb, not not
The
mine.
most dangerous
Grammar.
game 2 was that the name of the old black and white movie?
Well, there's the story.
Well, I know, but like
They made us read in like
I would
middle
imagine
school for
like
some
Universal
reason.
probably made that one because there were only like a couple studios back then.
No, it is not the most dangerous game.
Is it? Is
So
it?
like a hint.
Is it Deer Hunter 2?
Well, you just gave me one. Oh, Deer Hunter 2 could be. I liked the Deer Hunter.
No, it is not Deer Hunter. The original film came out in 1993.
What's the other one?
Oh, is it like
That's like
Midnight
Deer
Train or something like that? The movie where like the
No,
kids like get caught in Thailand with the drugs, and they're like, "Oh, rat your friends out, you won't die." No, he doesn't.
No.
No.
All right. You second. Want another
Wait,
guess?
Leaving Las Vegas
Yeah.
too.
No. Another hint. The original film was directed by John Woo.
So it's somewhat more modern.
Well, I said 1993, didn't I?
Oh,
in the
did
first
you?
hint. I think I did.
Yeah. So no. So it's an early John Woo.
Yeah, mid-career, I say. I
Hmm.
mean, early American.
Early, like him becoming like
Yeah.
John Woo. Yeah.
Yeah. Early Hollywood
Yeah.
John Woo. You guys want another hint?
Yeah.
I was just trying to remember when Sean William Scott did Bulletproof, but it probably has nothing to do with that. Also, I
this
don't think John
movie's-
Woo was connected to that movie.
This movie stars Jean-Claude Van Damme and Lance Henriksen.
The sequel does.
The original.
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
The original.
Also, the sequel because they were done at that.
All
point.
the hints I'm going to give you are about the first one.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
was that?
So it came out in
That's not
1993,
Universal Soldier, is it?
directed by John Woo. No, that's not that one. Although you're in the same oeuvre.
Is it like the one where he's like the assassin and he's on the island of assassins? They have that weird bubble thing.
I think that's another movie, but you're also. I think that's
You know what I'm talking about though?
death match or
No,
whatever.
not
No,
Death
Wait,
it's
are you?
different? But
No, that's Oh shit.
Bloodsport. You're thinking
No,
Bloodsport.
not Bloodsport.
Oh.
It's like an island of retired assassins, but
Oh, I was thinking Battle Royale, the
and
Japanese
they-
film.
No, like it's like Jean-Claude Van Damme, and like
Anyway, that's not
they
this
live on the
movie.
pleasure island and they work for a consulting firm. They just
I
get
think that's just Metal Gear Solid 5. All right, last hint.
last hint. I feel like we might not get this one unless you give us like a real direct hint.
I mean, he's given us hints. I think it just shows that we're not like that well versed in John Woo films from the early '90s
Yeah.
Yeah,
or Jean-Claude Van Damme.
yeah. I'm trying because the problem is like it's an action movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's in a jungle. He fights people. Like what the fuck is that? So I'll just tell you. The answer is Hard Target. Hard Target 2, starring Scott Adkins.
Gotta say, never saw Hard Target.
Me neither.
Hmm.
It's basically the most dangerous game, but with kickboxing.
Gotcha.
Without tanks or air support, a corporal and his team must muster all the courage and firepower they can to fight their way across war-torn Afghanistan and shepherd an important anti-Taliban woman to safety.
It's gotta be like Tears of the Sun 2 or something. Like, because that just sounds like.
Three Kings 2. Wait, no, that was Four Kings, right?
No, three.
4K.
Was it 4 Kings?
I
think it was four.
I don't
I
think
think
it
it
was
was
3.
I think it was Four
I'm
Kings.
pretty sure there's 3 Kings too. Although to be fair, I was very surprised to find out that this movie had a sequel because not the kind of movie I would expect.
I was
going
gonna
to
say maybe
sequel.
like I mean, here's the problem. Well, here's the problem is that we are the product of a post 9/11 world, and so when we grew up at like the height of teenage movie going times, every movie was this plot. Like
Yeah,
every
exactly.
movie was somewhere in the desert.
I
with
wonder
the Taliban.
if this is one of those. What's that fucking movie called? Jarhead sequels that they made for some fucking
shit,
reason.
Jarhead. Yeah, my sister the former Marine, made me go see that movie with her.
Yeah, you guys are right. It is Jarhead 2: Field of Fire. Because apparently they made a sequel to. They made 2 sequels to Jarhead.
Jesus Christ. Is that the... Yeah, that is the movie where all the oil fields are on fire. They already did Field of Fire in the first Jarhead. That's a whole sequence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Well, I
is
think
it just
that was
like
just
taking
part
place
of
at the same time?
the
It's
Gulf
just a different
War.
Jarhead?
It's just something that happened during the Gulf War.
Yeah, no, I think the original is actually like I think supposed to be kind of based on a true story.
Oh, yeah, it's
the
a
sequel
memoir, yeah.
is absolutely not. Yeah.
Well, that's like any good war movie where like the first one is grounded more in reality, and then the second one is like, what if they basically had like superpowers?
All right. So now we're in the hard stuff. This one.
Now we're in the hard stuff.
Hey man, you guys have gotten 3 answers perfect.
Well,
so
that's
I don't
fair.
know. All right. So the synopsis. When a scheming producer steals his idea for a new video game, Kevin Shepard and his best friend Becca declare game on and stop at nothing to set the record straight.
Big Fat
Grandma's
Liar
Boy
2?
2. Grandma's Boy 2.
No, first
What'd you
Big
say?
Fat Liar 2, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
God, it
it's-
could be.
It's Big Fat Liar
Fuck.
2. Why did that come to mind so quickly?
Because that's just
I
the
don't know,
plot of
'cause
the first
Grandma's
one.
Boy
Just
would-
take
well,
out
yeah, but-
video game and replace it with a movie.
I
Yeah, but the plot of
never
Grandma's
heard of
Boy
it.
is steal game concept.
I didn't even know. Like I saw this and I was like, this can't be true.
Big
Oh,
Fat
by the way,
Liar
what is the
is
name
pretty
of the
solid.
sequel for Big Fat Liar 2?
Bigger, fatter liar.
Oh.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. Bonus points.
All right. And the next one. A 12-year-old girl who thinks she's a police officer joins forces with a real police officer to catch a criminal mastermind who has an army of drones that attack the public.
Harriet the Spy 2.
Oh. I mean, I'm not against
Harriet, Harriet the Cop.
Was the first
That's
one
not
and also
true.
involve a
Girl,
child thinking they're a cop?
Drones.
Yes. Like, I'll count that as a hint.
Fine.
Honestly, I don't think that helped me at all.
No, thanks.
You guys
I
want
could've
another
assumed
hint? This
that
one's going
one.
to be hard. This one is going to be really hard.
Just trying to think. Okay, yeah, we'll take another one. Maybe.
All
if
right,
it's
so
like
it
the
stars Burt Reynolds and
year.
a bunch
Oh.
of people I've never heard of.
Huh. Well, that's most Burt Reynolds movies.
Burt Reynolds is in the first one or the sequel?
He's in the first one.
Right.
The sequel stars Lou Diamond Phillips, in case you're wondering what he was doing these days.
Method
I give
actor
that to you for
Lou
free.
Diamond Phillips. It's got to be insufferable on set. What? Okay. I was gonna ask like year time frame, but it's Burt Reynolds. So
Is it like of some weird Magnum PI who got a fucking thing?
This is not so much a hint as it is a fun fact. It was originally supposed to star Kurt Russell and Macaulay Culkin, but they both dropped out.
Okay, so the sequel
okay.
is...
So who was Dime Store Macaulay Culkin at the time? Because this
as
place
far
is
as I'm aware, this
firmly in
kid
the
has-
like early '90s. Then
I'll give you another point in that hint, I guess. Not really a hint. Not a hint. This is a freebie. The child actor from this movie has done basically nothing else. He briefly performed as a rapper sorry.
try that again.
He briefly performed as a rapper known as Enormous.
No, you're gonna have to. I'm not catching that name.
He briefly performed as a rapper known as Enormous.
Okay.
So they're naming-
Okay.
I don't think that's going to help you at all,
not.
but
It sure doesn't.
Does he rap about the movie?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm going to say it was the kid who played Smalls in The Sandlot.
Nope.
Okay.
This is going to be a hard one, but another fun hint is that it was directed by Henry Winkler.
I thought you were about to say Clint Eastwood.
aka Fonzie.
Love Henry Winkler.
Hit me with another one. Hit me with another one.
Another hint?
Yeah. We'll dip into our like full point cash.
I'll go negative.
To get
Go
hints.
negative on this one.
Yeah.
Came out in 1993.
Okay, actually a little later into the 90s than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. It actually debuted at number 1 in theaters when it came out in 1993. Although I've, again, never heard of this movie. So
When you said drones?
I don't know of a movie
that's
starring
the
Burt
plot of the
Reynolds
sequel.
in 1993. Right, I don't know of a movie in 1993 starring Burt Reynolds and a child actor where the child actor was/thought they were a cop, like as a buddy cop movie. I just don't know about.
Yeah, no one remembers this movie. So I'll just give it to you. Cop and a Half, starring Burt Reynolds.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, the sequel was called Cop and a Half: New Recruit.
Shit, I've actually seen this movie.
This the original, not the remake.
No, the original. The original. I've seen Cop and a Half. I might have actually seen it in theaters.
Yeah,
It just completely
did well.
I have not.
left my brain.
Yeah,
I'm not a dog. I'm a cop.
A turn hooch.
No, that's not what that is. That's some cop dog.
No, it's Pachinski, right? Oh
No, it is
what?
Pachinski.
All right.
What a good name.
Yeah. God
I can't
damn.
Okay, so out of a possible
50?
50, you guys scored 29.
Hey,
So
Passing grade.
a little above 50.
yeah, so that's a 58%.
Damn, not a passing
No, that can't be right. No, that can't be right. Is that?
I think it's
No,
right.
it isn't. Anyway, so yeah, that I was just the thing is this studio, if you want to call it that, has made a lot of stuff. I didn't count all of the sequels to sequels that they
So
made.
I'm assuming they're like an offshoot studio owned by Universal then, or
Yeah.
they just they do the direct to video movies.
Yeah, so they also made, for example, where's the page? Tales from the Hood 2 and 3, several American Pie Presents films, a bunch of sequels to Bring It On, almost all of the sequels to Tremors and Scorpion King.
Oh, I'm busy.
Bunch of sequels to Chucky and all those ones. They generally don't they have occasional
They
did the Munsters reboot.
Yeah, they did the Munsters reboot, which
Did
I guess they spent some money getting Rob Zombie to be in it.
Did they do
direct
the
it, I mean,
Squeakquel?
so.
Was that them?
No, that was not them. That was some big. That one had money
Wow,
behind it.
I can't believe you didn't do the one movie on here that is a video game tie-in, the sequel
Which
to
one's that?
Doom.
Well, technically, it's not a sequel. It's like a reimagining, so I didn't really count it.
Is it just a
I was
retelling of it?
Yeah, exactly. It's just the same plot. It's like it calls itself a prequel and a sequel, and I'm like, I don't fucking know, so I'm not gonna count it. So it was on my list, but I also cut out Undercover Brother 2.
Oh
I
man,
didn't end
that
up doing
first
that
one.
one either.
Scorpion King
There was-
2.
I had to whittle it down to 10. So
The Scorpion King 2. Come on.
actually, they didn't do the Scorpion King 2. They did 3 and onwards, but not 2.
Oh, this is the third one? It actually has
Scorpion
pretty high
King
ratings.
3 Battle for Redemption was the first one they did. I don't know who did the first Scorpion King 2.
Okay.
I mean
okay.
the first sequel to.
Okay. They got
Which I
they got
guess
one
is
of
a
the
spin-off
they got a
of that.
Tremors in. Good for them.
Oh, they got a few Tremors in.
Good for
All
them.
right. So that was the sequel quiz. Moving on.
The
Very nice.
Squeakquel quiz.
The sequel quiz.
The Squeakquel?
Anybody got any news items they want to talk about?
No real news, no. Not from me. Not from this guy.
I don't really. I mean, there's probably been some stuff since.
There's probably been, but I've worked 60 hours over the last 4 days, so I really haven't had a chance to.
There's a new Alien Isolation got announced.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Alien Isolation 2 got announced.
Oh, which I guess we can. Are we doing that? Is that
I
going
don't
to be
know.
part of Spooky Month? Am I
Nick,
giving away the game?
Do we want to talk about that next episode?
I can do that. I can play that game.
Yes, we can. I mean, I'd like to. I've already got it installed and ready to go, so I would
All right,
enjoy it
cool.
very much.
All right, so that is the thing we're doing then.
Beautiful. Well, there's our gaming news. We're playing Alien Isolation.
Big spooky.
Yeah. The early reviews for Metaphor: Refantasio
What is that?
are out.
Yeah, tell me about
got
this
some
game, because I
good
see
reviews.
that you have wish listed it, and I can't tell what I'm looking at when I see it.
It's Persona. It's Persona.
Oh, is
but
it
it's
like
not
the
Persona.
prequels? Oh,
No, it's like
no, that's
a
like
spiritual
teeny
sequel, but
Shinny.
not. What?
What do you call the Persona sequels?
Shin Megami
Yeah.
Tensei.
Oh,
yeah,
the
they're
Shin
not
Megami
really.
Tensei games.
I don't think there's
so
no
fun.
overall plot. I don't think that counts that. Oh, one bit of news I do want to talk about is fucking Maxis's Sims tailspin that's been going on. After the EA shareholders meeting, Maxis has been trying to downplay a lot of their corpo speak that they've been spewing out about the Sims
Corpo.
products and live service and yada yada stuff, and it hasn't been going down well. Basically, they keep saying things that pisses off the fan base every single time they open their mouths, and now there has been a ton of leaks from the upcoming Project Renee, which is to be the not Sims 5, but also kind of the Sims 5, but it's maybe also going to be on mobile, but definitely not also on mobile, and also is going to be free to play, but definitely not pay to win, except for it's got tons of microtransactions, and it looks like garbage.
How do you win in the Sims?
And that is also,
Yeah, I was gonna say, how is Sims pay to win ever?
well, no, I mean,
You pay for
you gotta, like
cosmetics.
Sims is, well, no, but Sims is, you can get good jobs,
you'll
own up
marry-
your skills,
so you
get
could,
nicer
like,
marry
houses.
the character you named after
Yeah.
your high school crush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
More like your high school friends,
Um,
and it's just one big.
also it's supposed to have a multiplayer aspect, so everyone could hang around and look at each other in their Sims form, and
Oh,
they
you
can
know
make
what
fun
that's
of you
you
for
know what's
Right,
gonna
that
happen.
I
wearing
really
clothes.
You
don't
know what's
like.
gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know.
it's gonna
Yeah.
get real gross real fast.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so no one likes that, but apparently EA is just plowing forward
Did
with
they
it anyway.
did they just see? Did they turn off the adult filter on Steam and just go like, "Wow, it looks like a lot of people are buying and playing porn games on Steam. We kind of need to go that route."
I don't think so. I think if EA made a porn game right now, I would probably just
Buy
gain
it.
respect for them as a
I was
company.
gonna say we would have to play it.
But no, it's just garbage. Just it looks like not a single person who likes The Sims was involved in creating any of this stuff
That
they've
seems
shown so
right.
far. But yeah, so if I were a person who had money, and also this is how things worked, I would be investing my money in. I'd be investing money into Inzoi right now, just because they looks like it's doing pretty well so far. So
I mean, it's a really pretty character creator. I'll give it that much.
well, that's what's been out yet. I read an interview with the developer. He's a guy who's worked on. He's a South Korean developer, or the guy leading the project, who mostly worked on like all of those South Korean MMOs that have been churned out over the last 20
Hey,
years.
what's its name? Is Suin?
And,
What's its name?
That
Pokemon.
was-
Why don't you finish that thought?
Pokemon's
for a
is
sec.
Suin.
Oh, we already did that
Oh,
last
we
episode.
did cover that. You would know if you listened to the show you're on, but that's fine.
What was the last episode?
I
I
barely
commented
do.
Skibbity Toilet.
Good job.
No, I commented Skibbity what?
I think that got deleted.
Skibbity why?
I didn't delete it. I think YouTube did.
They're like, this is...
Anyway,
Wait, no way. Is Skibbity considered a hate thing?
I have no idea. He said the developer of Inzoi said that he wanted to make a Sims game that he could play with his son. So
don't give that look, Marcus.
I don't know. I mean, it does seem a little weird that it's such a good job of being the waifu creation kit, but again, moving on. What have you guys been playing?
Marcus, why don't you tell us what you've been playing this entire episode?
Well, yeah, that's the whole point. Well, hold on, I'm watching an ad for it. I know.
So we have to stop for your ads?
Well, no.
Okay, I'll talk then while you watch your
ad.
ad.
It's probably way more interesting, anyways.
I don't know if it is. I mean, yeah, I guess it is kind of. I've been playing a couple games. One, I haven't played that much of it yet, but I'm really enjoying UFO 50. I don't know if anyone else has seen about this game, but it is.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was going to go on the list or not. So
I would absolutely play it for this. And Marcus, there's no issue. Like, you should be able to run this just fine on your computer. I don't know if it's on anything else, but it's essentially a fake studio that made like retro games back in the day, and this is the collection of those games.
Wow, yeah.
So like you used to have like I remember in like back on like the PlayStation you have like the Atari Collector's Edition or like classics of Namco or whatever, but this is
they're harkening back to
company.
it. There's some really fun ones on here. I was given a quick heads up by a much more competent and famous gaming podcast that if you're going to play this, play the like I think it's called like Pilot Wing or something first. Like there's this pilot themed game on it that actually is an idler, so which you will like, Marcus.
I never said I like these kind of games.
Oh, okay. You just have a compulsion.
He doesn't like smoking either.
These are all about victories.
Yeah, but so then, like, once you get yourself, like, started up in that as you're playing other games in the collection, that's kind of always running in the background. So that was a huge help because I really enjoy that one. Some of these, the control schemes are kind of, I mean, they're clunky because they're old, themed games, so it feels weird, but you get used to it pretty quick. I'm having a blast, and I've only played, like, 8 of the 50 games so far. And haven't completed all of those 8. I'm trying to like give myself a good hour in each one to try to really get a feel for it. But yeah, really fun, really enjoying that. The other one I'm playing is Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom on the Switch.
What the hell is that?
It's the new Legend of Zelda game that stars Zelda as the main character.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, they took the new Link to the Past game they made where everything looks like shiny plastic.
Link's Awakening.
Or, I'm sorry, Link's Awakening.
Oh.
Where everything looks like shiny plastic, kind of Lego-esque. And they just used that engine to make a game that features Zelda. And it's...
In which you play as Zelda.
You play as Zelda. Yes, not just features, but allows you to play as Zelda.
But like the old
kind
school
of borrows
style.
from... Yeah, but it also borrows from the newer games, like Tears of the Kingdom, where you've got this kind of roster of items that you have found to help you, like... You can't build things like you can in Tears of the Kingdom, but you can summon, like, a bed or, like, a trampoline that will springboard you up to a higher, like, elevation so you can go explore other areas. Or you can summon monsters, and the monsters will fight for you instead. It's really fun.
Yeah, isn't it like almost all combat that way? Like
you can fight
like
too.
A sword or anything.
Yeah, she actually
she does, okay.
has early like the first 5 minutes game spoiler, but you get Link's sword, and you can actually use that to transform into a Echo version of Link. You have your own energy meter, so you can only stay in that form for a little while, but that improves as you keep playing. But yeah, it's really fun. I'm enjoying it a lot, and it's huge. Like I just finished what would be like normally all the temples, and they're like, and here's 3 more temples and more map, and yeah, no, it's very enjoyable.
So Marcus, you finished watching your ad?
Oh yeah,
You
a
got-
while
you got-
ago. Now I'm gaming.
Jesus.
No, I've been playing Idol Slayer. What's it called, Idol Slayer?
What is Idol Slayer?
It's an idol game where you slay stuff.
You slay idol games? You just
Oh, no, it looks like this.
Whoa. Meta.
You just
Oh, I've actually
Looks
played
like-
this game.
yeah, it's honestly like actually addicting because
they're all actually addicting. That's the whole
Yeah.
point of
but
them.
it's actually like more involved than any of the other ones. Like you actually like get more points being active on it rather than just like idling it. And like there's
Mhm.
things to do while you're playing, like quests and ascensions and buying and selling and special little things to do.
Gameplay.
Yeah, it's got a little much gameplay other than just clicking on the cookie.
Yeah, well, can you play it while you ride your bicycle?
I could try.
just make sure you get that cloud back up.
Oh no, this is a Plump Interior guy, so he's good.
Okay. Okay.
Got that plump interior.
good.
style.
Good. I was worried.
Yeah.
You know, I learned my lesson. When I realized my cookies are clicked. So close.
You've clicked your last cookie.
I know. And I never know.
Damn.
I'll never know what it was.
Damn. I mean, you could watch a
Yeah.
YouTube video of someone else that
No.
got further than you.
Not the same.
Okay. That's fair.
That
That's
was
fair.
the
I mean,
cookie clicker.
actually, isn't it kind of the same? Like, wouldn't just watching hours of Cookie Clicker be the same as playing Cookie Clicker?
No, because sometimes you gotta do that.
Plus,
Okay,
and
okay,
also
okay.
you get to decide what to buy with those cookies. Like, that's
Sure,
your decision to
sure.
make. I have been two expansions recently.
Oh, yeah,
came
what have
out
you been playing, Arvin?
For so the new expansion for Crusader Kings 3 came out, and then the expansion for Book of Hours came out. I was really looking forward to playing those. Looking forward to playing those for a long time. Unfortunately, I've been like swamped this week, so I haven't had a ton of time to play anything besides what I've been playing for this podcast. So I know this sounds like it should take more time, and it does. But I really want to I want to replay Dragon Age Inquisition, and I want to have it finished before
Oh, wow.
the new Dragon Age comes out at the end of the
Wow.
month. And so I've been sinking time into that, and I like it. I like this game a lot, and I've been honestly I spent the only thing that's been annoying about it is I spent 5 hours getting like the EA account crap to work
you
with
have to-
the
Yeah.
because it's just it's so dumb, and then you have to like because like you always have to have your old saves, and you have to go on the keep and load your save to the cloud and then download it to Dragon Age Inquisition, and then for whatever reason Dragon Age Inquisition wasn't working when I was using like the streaming function on Steam, so I had to like play it. It was just very annoying.
Wait,
EA
Arvin, are you a streamer
sucks.
now?
No, so like I meant like stream to my TV.
Oh,
I won't
dang,
play
I
it.
thought you-
Like a lot of the times I'll have a game on my computer, and then I'll stream it via the
Oh,
Wi-Fi to my
okay.
TV, so I can play on there and not have to sit in a chair while I play a video game like some sort of
Oh, hell no.
guy who sits in
You're
a
gonna
chair.
slap yourself on that couch.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Actually, I do have one little piece of gaming news that might end up being a episode at some point. We've talked about this
Oh, yeah?
game before, and it never made the list because it was in early access. But
Oh.
Shadows of Doubt is now out live. As
I
a
know. And you know what I
full-release
hate about
game.
that game? How are you gonna your whole thing be? I look so shitty, but then still like require so much of a graphics card.
Yeah, yeah. It's because it's
well,
it's all the like
it's just built in
Generation.
Unity.
yeah.
And then just all the old style stuff is just crap they put on top.
I know.
Yeah, but
so
there's
I
like
can't
a
play it.
lot going on
I
behind
know.
the scenes because all the NPCs are doing their own thing.
It's
all
definitely
these
like
different
a
times.
game
and
that's right up my alley, but I can
absolutely is.
I can never play
It's
it.
not on Switch.
I don't think so. I think it's just on PC right now.
Even then, like, I gotta say, I'm just not a fan of the Switch.
I'm
Like,
less of a fan now
Like-
than I used to be.
I just think the setup is wrong. Like, I get if you're playing like a Game Boy style game, it's fine. But if you're playing like a full size Nintendo game, it just doesn't work for me. I don't know why.
It depends a lot. Like I think you're right in that like I could not play like Tears of the Kingdom or whatever on Switch in like handheld mode. I had to play it in docked mode just because like it's meant for a big screen. Like I don't think it's meant at all to play on something small. But like the Switch for me is mostly just like I play Ace Attorney and I play.
Ace Attorney is totally fine on there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. To me, it's just like a little retro games console. It's not to me. I don't really like try and play, especially because we've had so much bad luck playing newer stuff on the Switch, on this podcast. It's they just don't seem to prioritize optimization.
I'm very curious to see what the Switch 2 is going to bring to the table because, I've been looking more and more like at Steam. It's getting announced soon. I'm looking more and more like into the Steam Deck.
That. Although I'm pretty certain we said that like around this time.
It's getting announced
too,
soon.
So.
It's getting announced soon. That's what all the rumors are saying now.
Oh, you think about getting a Steam Deck?
Versus what they were saying then. I might get a Steam Deck here at some point. The price keeps coming down on them.
Probably because they're getting ready to drop the Steam table.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, I'm also like there's like the past few months, half a year maybe, every time there's a game that I'm like, oh, this would be a cool game to have like handheld to like play on the car trip or on the plane or whatever. I'm like, I'll just buy it on Steam and then get a Steam Deck later.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just holding off, especially because I know that like all the money I'm going to spend on a Steam Deck, I'm going to save on being able to buy on like Steam deals and stuff like that. And the fact that I'll be able to like already have my hundreds of games on my Steam library, it makes less and less sense to buy Nintendo games on the Switch unless
they're exclusive.
They are exclusives, and even then, like.
How long?
The last, like, Tears of the Kingdom was the last one I was like, man, I really have to play this. And it's like, what, one game a year? You know? It's like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey. And that's, like, the only ones I was like, I have to play this. I guess Smash, but...
Marcus, you can play...
No, I can't. Shadows of Doubt?
Yeah, you can. You just have to subscribe to GeForce Now at, I don't know why this is in pounds instead. Or no, I'm sorry, that's the euro instead of the dollar. But €11 a month, and you can play it on your PC or your phone.
Yeah, my brother-in-law did that for a while. The stream game, basically you're just streaming a game that's being played on a server, Marcus. And it's like a monthly cost, and then you don't have to worry about it. Like you can play it on like a underpowered laptop or whatever. He said that it worked really well for some games and really poorly for others. It depended.
Oh, I kind of get what you're saying. That sounds weird though.
Yeah, it depends a lot on the game itself. So that might be an option for you.
Yeah, I would just see. I'm sure someone on YouTube has reviewed like the GeForce Now experience for that game. See if it
perhaps
holds up.
All right. Well, I think that's all we got for this week. My dog really wants to have dinner, so I'm going to
dogs
say
are
we're done
barking.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. If you liked it, tell people. Sorry about the weird scheduling. Hopefully that tightens up a bit.
Should be.
Going forward.
Should be. It's always the plan.
Yeah. And if you liked it, comment and subscribe and tell your friends that you should listen to this podcast.
McAfee has found some issues.
Okay.
All right.
And the issue is I don't have it.
That.
And with that, we'll say goodbye. So, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Did we ever say our names on this one?
No.
Did you guys just give it
We're
up
not
already?
gonna do that. No, we just forgot this time, but that's okay.
I've been Brundle, Marcus.
I've been Plump Interior.
Oh, no, it's still your name.
That's fine with me.
And I've been...
I got poop real quick.
So, oh, come on.
I had 2 cups of coffee and like a bunch of green tea.
Whose fault is that? All right, hurry up. Go.
All right, no, all right, we'll do this. Is this the last one?
No.
All right, I'll be quick.
I've got 3 more.
All right, yeah.
It's 10, 10 questions.
Really felt like that one was the finale, but okay.
Why would it be the finale? There's 10
No
of them.
cheating.
Why would
Don't
it be 10?
we could tell Mike answers while I'm gone.
Tell me all the answers.
You guys are on a team. You get the same points.